So here's some common issues we run into. In addition, common issues that are run into by a lot of employers that we see come up here at the agency a lot that I just want to spend a little time on. So the first question is, if you're sitting as an employer, some of these small employers will say, well, I don't want to pay for workers' comp. I don't want to buy it. And so what happens if I don't? Well, there's a bunch of penalties potentially that you're going to run into. First penalty you might run into is monetary. If you don't pay it and you get caught, you're going to pay 2 times the insurance premium you would have had to pay, or $750, whichever is greater. So basically, you're looking at a minimum $750 as I read it, or 2 times the premium of what you were supposed to pay. So you get a sting from that and you get slapped. And now some other circumstances, it's much more limited, but still, there's still a monetary penalty. Bigger penalties that you could run into is you could have the Department of Workforce Development come in and say, we're closing your business down. We're suspending your operations, all your operations, until you comply with the workers' comp. I have not heard of that happening. That's just my own view. I just haven't seen it, but that is within their power to do that. The other one is, and this is actually the big one, is being personally liable for uninsured benefits. If you remember at the beginning where I talked about if you're an employer subject to the act, there was the whole, if you're usually employing 3 or more employees, that actually comes out of a case where 2 guys hired a 3rd guy temporarily to do some work for them, and they didn't have workers' comp insurance. And he got injured, and the injured employee was being paid by the uninsured employer's compensation fund, and that fund is tasked then with collecting on the money. So that fund was suing those 2 guys, and it was a lot of money. The guy got hurt pretty badly. We were hundreds of thousands in bills. They are personally liable for uninsured benefits, and they do go after you for that. They don't mess around. And that's a heck of a lot more money than the amount of money that you probably spend on any kind of workers' comp insurance. That's one of the biggest things right there. And uninsured is not the same thing as self-insured. When people say that they're self-insured is a term of art. And in terms of workers' comp, it's a